We are less than 90 days away from 2025 and winter is coming. Right now is the perfect time to start your winter arc by wrapping up your goals that you have for 2024 and getting that head jump on what you want to do in 2025. So you are fully wrapping up for what you set for this year and setting yourself up for success for what you want to tackle at the top of the year. Hey, hi, hello, my name is Myra. I am your favorite productivity loving Slytherin, and let's chat more about what exactly is the winter arc and how we're going to be ahead of the game and have the most amazing year yet. So let's go ahead and get right on into it. So first things first, what exactly is a winter arc? A winter arc is essentially a chapter or season in your life dedicated for self-reflection, growth, and focused goal setting. Think of it as a time to go inward, reflect on what you have done so far for the current year and what you need to do to either continue on the right track for things that you want to do in 2025, reevaluate some things, or what you want to actually set forth for 2025. This is something that I have honestly been doing for the past few years without actually knowing that there was a name for it. I usually like to spend the last quarter of the year taking that time to reflect, wrapping up some goals, seeing what I need to change and adjust, or heck, if I even need to set any new goals to get me on the right track and the right start for the new year. And as I discussed in my last video, the fall and winter months are natural for us to slow down. We have our holiday season, it gets darker much earlier, and the cool months just encourage you to cozy up and just completely forget about those goals. Now, if you're having issues keeping up your stamina and finding ways to remain productive during these months, definitely check out my last video to get some tips to keep you on the right track. So by the time the top of the year rolls around, you already have that momentum going and you don't have to feel the need to rev up on January 1st. The winter arc is the best way to build up momentum before you even get to the top of the year, so that way you have a solid foundation to keep you going on your goals. Now you know exactly what is the winter arc. Let's chit chat about how to get started. A lot of people typically pick up their winter arc at the start of October, but I say you can start pretty much anytime before the beginning of the new year. And of course, if you need a little bit of guidance, I do have a Notion template that can get you started and well on your way for your winter arc. You can check out the description and the pinned comment to grab your free copy today. Throughout this video, I'm going to walk you through what I have put on my winter arc so you can get a full glimpse of how this template actually works. For this winter arc, we want to keep it simple. We don't want to overwhelm ourselves with the beginning of the year. So typically what I like to do first is sign a contract set to myself. It's so easy for us to put our goals to the side and not prioritize what exactly we want to do in our life because maybe we're taking care of other people or putting our time and energy into other things. But I wanted to start out with a contract for myself to keep me accountable. This is going to be the first thing that you see on the winter arc template. And now this contract is very simple and very vague. I want to encourage you to rewrite it or put more specific things that you are signing to yourself. Truly think of it as a legit contract. Get specific. If there's certain things that you want to do and certain things that you want to hold yourself accountable for, write those in this contract. It can be easy to slide on some of your goals and things that you want to do because, hey, the only person keeping you accountable is you. But as much as you give your all to everyone else and everything around you, this is the time to really give your all to yourself. You owe it to you. Next, after you officially sign your contract, you want to really take the time to reflect on the past 9+ months. What went right? What went wrong? What are some things that you set for yourself that maybe didn't really align with how the year went? Really reflect on the year and be completely honest. If you drop your goals a few months into 2024, that is okay. This is the time to really be honest with yourself. See if those goals are something that you still align with, and maybe those are going to be the 3 goals that you focus on for the bottom of the year. If you did stop at the top of the year, let's really dig deep and ask ourselves why. Was there a transition in our life? Did we get a new job? Did we lose a job? Did something throughout the year happen to really push you off track? Or hey, maybe those goals was never really aligned for what you wanted to accomplish in your life. This is just a reflection so we can really narrow down exactly what we need. Okay, we prepped and primed for what we want to do, and now is my favorite part of actually setting the goals. Again, remember, this is not meant to overwhelm you. This is why I only have 3 core goals. I went with personal, fitness, and social media, but completely feel free to readjust and change these core categories to fit your life. Under each core category, I allowed myself 3 goals. If you feel the need to go less with one or two, please do so. But I will say, since this is a short time and it is meant to get you excited and not overwhelm you, I would not recommend going more than 3 goals per category. When you're writing down these goals, we want to get a solid foundation. For example, under my fitness goals, I wanted to commit myself to having 10K steps per day for at least 5 out of the 7 days per week. I know right now I am consistently being able to do that with 4 days, and I really want to challenge myself to get it up to 1 day, but also allow that cushion of having a few rest days or a few days where I don't quite hit those goals. We're getting specific here, but we will touch on later on how we can break down exactly how we're going to achieve these goals. So be specific, but don't put too much pressure right here. Once you're done with setting the goals for each 3 categories, look them over. Make sure that you truly align with them. Sometimes we can sit down and set a goal that we think we want to do, but let's be realistic. Let's say one of the goals you put is that you want to save $1 million within this winter arc. For most people, that's not really realistic in less than 90 days. So really reflect and make sure the goals that you're setting is realistic for the time frame that you have. We want to make sure these goals are challenging, but let's not completely shoot for the moon and set ourselves up for failure. Make sure these goals are something attainable if you are working hard, but you also don't want them to be way less challenging for you to where you can easily reach them. All right, now it's time to get into our roadmap. We have our goals, but let's really break them down into 3 actionable steps to help us achieve the goals by the end of the arc. You see in the Notion template, I really broke this down by each goal per category, and I want you to get as detailed as possible here. So for instance, for my example of getting those 10K steps per day for at least 5 days out of the week, some of my actionable goals is to start getting up around 5:30 in the morning so I can get a head start on my steps, whether that is walking outside or even pulling out my walking pad to get my steps in. Another actionable goal is to set timers and reminders for myself. Sometimes I get caught up in work and don't realize that I have been sitting and staring at the screen all day. This way I can continue to get my work in and also get those steps before the end of my workday, because by the time the workday is over, I am exhausted. And lastly, on the template, we know we are visual people, and I don't know about you, but I love checking off some things that I have done. So we have a habit tracker for you. So that way you can check off each day if you completed the goal or the actionable step. So at the top, you're going to see goal 1, goal 2, goal 3. This is the place where you are going to want to actually put in your goal. So for my example would be 10K steps. This is where I will actually put it. You can change up the icon to match exactly what you want to do. And that is it. This is how we are going to really crush our winter arc and get that sweet head start on the next year. It is the perfect time to get a really nice foundation to get you going. And I am so excited to see what you accomplish within these next few months. Don't forget to go ahead and grab your Notion template. You can find that in the description, and I will also put it as a pinned comment as well. And let me know what you think. I would truly love to see how you take on this winter arc and what exactly you get accomplished. Now, if you're looking on more guidance and more tidbits on how to be productive, goal setting, or maybe you need a little bit of extra help with your Notion, feel free to check out these videos here, and I will see you over there.